Welcome. Tonight we're going to open up Blokees Transformers Galaxy version 4 Fractured Space-Time. So let's get the plastic off so that we can start looking at the box. Get right into it. And here we go. The front of the box, like always, has some nice art of the figures we're going to get in this set. Galaxy version. So this is a not a US region box. This is a international version, so we have very limited English on here. On the front of the box we have some the name of the set, and we've got all the figures we're going to get open in this set. So we're going to get all of these, or except for on Shockwave we may get the secret version, which I think will be metallic, and it looks like he has different colored hands. So will we get the secret Shockwave tonight? We'll find out soon. Inside the box, logos. Other side, same deal. In the back, text. So I'm going to start by opening up the perforation on the flap here. Raise the flap. This will bend like this. Whoops, like that. Tuck it in the back. 9 fresh boxes of brand new figures. There's additional perforation right here for the retailer to take this part off so that you can see the front of the boxes. We don't need to do that because we're going to do that right now. So here's our box. Has nice holographic art of Shockwave on it. We got our logos, our text. On the other side we have the figures we're going to open. On the back, we got an actual size artwork of the Shockwave figure. And then we have some art of Nemesis Prime on the other side. So let's start by opening. There's the top of the box, and there's the bottom. Always cut away from yourself. All right, inside the box, we've got some instructions. Typically, these are non-spoiler instructions. On the one side, they'll have a figure that will represent the basics of how to assemble a figure. And then it will have the basics on, or the full instructions for the alt mode that is in the box. On the other side, there are more specific instructions unique to each figure. All right. Also in the box, we have a large bag. This will be the main parts for the figure. we have a small bag, and these sprues will contain parts for the joints, the hands, and the stand. So I'm going to like to start with the small box, or the small bag. I'm going to take out the sprues. I'm going to take out the stand. All right, no card in here, so we won't be spoiled on what figure is in the main bag. This is the stand. Legs will peg into one of these four to help the figure stand upright. Got two sets of hands, a fist, and some open palms. You can mix and match as well. Those will pop off. Super easy. Here we got our joints. This right here is a shoulder joint. Just pop that off. Then we got what will be the parts for our knee and elbow joints. These two will fit together. You're going to peg into this hole. And we're going to do that 3 more times. So pop off the other ones from this sprue. Put them on. Press them together. Take off the shoulder on the duplicate sprue. Remember, these two go together. Press together like that. Other one also press together like that. All right, main box or main bag. We'll see what our first figure will be for tonight. And we have our Dinobot Snarl. All right, let's get them together. Let's see what we got here. We'll need his torso first, which is this red piece right here. I usually have this printed sides facing front. We're going to go ahead and pop on his shoulder joints, like so, onto the ball joint, making sure that these nubs are facing forward to back as much as possible. Pop it in. We want to do that because they're going to fit into this slot right here onto the back, his back plate, and also we have the same slots on the chest plate. There we go. We got up, down, side to side on that shoulder joint. We're going to go ahead and put his, see if we can get his head together. This will be the color separation for his eyes. So we have his face plate. And his eyes will slot in kind of like this. Actually, let's get the back of his head and plug it in using this peg. All right, much easier. Then we're going to use these two pegs to put on his faceplate like that. And then we're going to put on the front of his helmet to the back to lock it in. And there he is. You can kind of see the blue eye separation, color separation for his eyes there. I'll put his head aside for a second right here. I'm going to use this clear peg as a neck joint, and it's going to go right here. Plug in like so. Then his head has a place for that ball joint, which snaps in good. And he's got a little bit of up down, a little bit of side side, and you could twist it all the way around. Now let's get on to his upper arms. And both pieces are going to be like this, are going to be this piece. The pegs will be for his shoulder armor. I'm going to plug that into the ball joint right there. Oops. All right, let's get the other side. Plugs in right there. Now we're going to use these, we put these together earlier. These are elbow joints. And we'll plug them in right to this hole. Whoops. Occasionally the arm will pop out. If you want, you can of course put the arms together separately and then attach them after they're completed. All right, let's see. Forearms. Now, I don't think he has any kind of extra accessories that will go in this hole, so I'm going to put it on this side. Try to pop it in there. Whoops, like that. All right, take this off. There we go. So this hole will be towards his inner body. See if we can do the same with this side. All right, much easier. There we have his arms completed. We're going to put some hands on. For Dinobots, I usually go ahead and put fist on both sides. Whoops, except for that was up the wrong hand. We want to put the left hand on the left side and the right hand on the right side. So if he had thumbs, he could give the thumbs up. All right, we got our waist piece right here. I'm going to plug it into this large hole right there, like so. We have the front part of his waist. This has print on it, so I'm going to put that in the front. This has no print, so we're going to put that in the rear. Plugs in like so. We're going to do legs, black thighs. Plug them in kind of like what we did with the upper arms. Like so. Then, similar to the elbow joints, we have the knee. We'll use these remain ones as knee joints. Now plug into these holes right here, like so. And now we got to do some assembly for his lower legs. So each lower leg has two pieces. One with a gripping piece right here. One with a hollow peg right here. They fit together like this. That's what they look like at the side. Snap them. This hole right here will plug into the knee joint. Again, 2 pieces fit together like so. Plugs into the knee. All right, feet. This will be the toe. Whoops, hold on. We need to put his ankles in. All right, clear piece, just like the neck. They look like just like the neck piece. They'll plug into the end of these legs. Sometimes you might want to press them into your workspace so they get that nice snap and a firm grip in there. Okay, again, toe. And this hole right here fits into this ball joint. Same with the other side. All right, so now we got his shoulders right here with little slots right there, which will slide into these tabs. Let me make sure I got this side right. All right, there we go. And there's the shoulders. All right, so we got some more extra pieces here. Let's see what we've got. All right. Looks like this will eventually plug in here. Looks like it's going to plug in like that. But before we do that, I think what we're going to have to do is take his stegosaurus tail and plug this little slot, or this little tab, into this slot like that. I'm going to do that for the other side as well. And now we're going to plug this back plate on. It should be like that, right? There we go. So, okay, so plugs in there. And then we have these little spines, back spines, which is going to plug into the legs. Now they're spaced so that the widest space between the pegs is going to go on top. And you might be able to kind of see that, those holes in there, the way they're spaced. And they'll look like that. Then we have his sword weapon, which we can plug into his hand. And we'll have our extra parts that we'll put off to the side. Except let's use a stand. Let's go ahead and plug his foot there, and I think we could probably get his other foot there. And he is ready for our display shelf. All right, let's put him off to the side. Put his card over there, and let's get to our next box. Box number 2. Always cut away from yourself. Whoops. All right. Like the other one, 2 bags and instructions. the joints bags first. All right, we got some color here. So we got someone with purple hands or lavender hands. Do we know who that is? I think we do. I don't. No, hold on. I don't know if this is who I think it is. I'm not trying to cheat. I'm not looking at the sheet to remind myself of what figures are here. So I'm going to take the shoulder joint off, put off over here. Then we'll start assembling the ankles and knees. Get this over with before we reveal our figure. Anybody in chat wants to guess which figure this is based on the lavender hands? Go for it. Remember, we are opening up Galaxy version 4, version 4. And what's the subtitle for this? Fractured space-time. All right, put that off to the side. Get the shoulder off of here. Take care of these knees and elbows. All right, so if anybody got any guess of which figure this is, now would be the time. I'm not guessing because, like I said, I'm not re-looking at the box, and I have the instruction book faced to where I can't see what figures we're getting, and I don't remember. All right, let's pop these hands off. Lavender hands. No guesses so far on who this figure is based on the hands. Here we go. Well, looks like we got the regular Shockwave. No secret figure for us tonight. Hate to find that out early in the stream, don't you? All right. So we got his torso, which we'll put the shoulders on. Let's go ahead and put the neck piece in, which is one of these parts right there. All right. Let's see what it's going to take to get his... Looks like we got a flat palm extra hand there. And then we got his weapon hand, which of course we're going to use. We're not going to put together the figure without that. Okay, so his head. How are we going to put that together? Looks like we got... That looks like it's probably the back piece. Let's see. That could be his eyes. This might be part of his head. Okay, yeah, because this will be where the neck joint goes. So, look at that. Okay, we got this. So I think that this is probably going to fit. Whoops. Hold on. All right, let's see if I can find it. Apparently I dropped the head. Let me flip on a light, see if I can find it. All right. Found it. All right, I think I'll keep that light on. Let's see. All right, so we got that, and then we're gonna put, feel like, you know what? Let's refer to the instructions. How about? Okay, so we got his ears around here. Here we go. I'm gonna fit that. I'm gonna slide it in between these slots right here, like so. Then we can put the back of this head on. It's a nice looking head, actually. All right, we can plug that on the neck. Right now it kind of looks goofy with that big long neck. Let's see if we can fix that. All right, his chest piece will require a little bit of extra assembly. We need to put this piece and these pegs into these two holes in the front, and that'll fill in that part of the chest. Then we have his back, which has some assembly to it. I'm going to take this gray piece with two pegs, peg them in here, fit like that. And now we're going to, oh, okay, that's part of the back. Okay, so we got that, we got that. Okay, then we got this. Okay, so this is going to be the foundation of his back. I'm going to put it on like this. That's where his neck's going to slide in. Then we'll put his chest on over that. Click that in. All right, make sure that's in good. All right, and then we got this back piece, and it's going to fit on like this. Two pegs into those two holes. Like that. Now, let's see, let's go ahead and put in his waist. Like this. All right. Now we're going to have, well, since this has no print, I'm going to go ahead and put it on the back. And here's the other one. Well, it also has no print, so it wouldn't matter. It's got that. So I'm going to go ahead and put his legs together. We got these thighs. We're going to put in these ball joints. Let's put in his knees that we put together first thing. Like that. I'll put together his lower legs. Just like the other ones, two parts that fit into each other. Like so. And can attach to the knees with that hole. Other side. Fits together like this. Click. And then put it into the knee joint. All right, got that. This is his upper arm with these two pegs on the top for his shoulder armor. I'll put in the ball joint like there. And there. Okay, lower arms. That'll be this piece right here. It's got a Decepticon symbol. I'm going to put, let's see. Actually, I think we're going to have this hole on the outside because I think, if I remember right, we got a hose to plug in. So let's do that. So this hole will face the outside of his body. Get his elbow joint in there. Click into there. All right, so we have his gun weapon. Oh, you know what? Whoops. I'm going to switch the lower arms because I don't think it needs that hole actually, because there's a hole in the gun. So we're going to do a little bit of swapping. Let's see. Oh man, here. Let's just do this. I'll just take that out. Yeah, it was good. It was in there good. All right. Let's do some reassembling here. Okay, so this will go here. We're gonna have the hole go into the inside instead. Whoops. Put that back. All right, put this elbow joint back in. All right, so got those. We're gonna put, I'm gonna go ahead and put a fist here. Then we're gonna put his laser hand here. It's gonna go in like this. Now we got some feet to put in. There's his toes right here. Oops, we gotta put the ball joints in for the feet first. So put those in. Seat those in. And I'm gonna use my desk to make sure they pop in good. Now we'll put the feet on. Toes facing forward. All right. Then we got some shoulder armor here. It's got slots, which will go into these pegs. Like that. There we go. Like so. And then we got this little gun weapon, which kind of looks like him. Like a mini version of him, transformed. I guess he uses that. There's that. And then we got this hose. And this hose we're going to unravel. So it's all twisted, and I bet you it's not gonna. So after this is on, we may have to use some heat later to kind of get this to where it's not all crinkly. So one end of the hose is going to go into the backpack. And then the other end of the hose is going to go into this back hole on his gun hand. And there we go. We got him set up there. Not the prettiest hose, but maybe we can fix that later. Like I said, with a little heat, maybe a hair dryer, and a dowel rod. Kind of wrap it around a dowel rod like this, and then use a hair dryer to kind of smooth it out. All right, so I'm going to put these hands off to the side, and that piece right there. Put his card off to the side. Go ahead and put him on a stand, and there we got Shockwave ready to go. I think he looks pretty good. I like him. I don't know. I think he looks pretty good. I don't know if it was necessary to get the secret version, because that looks like a pretty good figure. All right, box number 3. Always cut away from yourself. Again, oh, we got some silica. We'll just toss that over there because we're not going to eat that. Put the instructions aside. Got our 2 bags. First bag will have a joints and stand and hands. Except no hands. I think that's a big clue on what figure we got. That's a huge clue on what figure's in here. Put your guesses in the chat before I tell you. Okay, shoulders. Shoulder there. Then we'll start putting together these joints. So, no hand sprue. Which figure is that? I believe there's only one figure in this set. It doesn't have hands. Because I think we're going to find extra feet. Go. All right, got our joints ready. Let's open up the main bag, because I think what we're going to have is our alt mode for Snarl. And there we go. Snarl's alt mode. I'm really liking these Dinobot alt modes. Kind of wish they'd be doing them for the Insecticons. All right, so we're gonna have to figure this out. Let's see. Probably gotta pull out the instructions for this one. Wants us to start with this piece. Has 2 tabs on the top for this gray piece right here. Looks like it fits on like that. Then it's having us take his spines, and it looks like this smaller one right here is going to go in the back. So, let's see, it looks like, okay, there's a peg right here, which is going to go into this hole. Let's see, can we fit these together? Oh, you know what? Is that backwards? It's maybe backwards. Okay. What do we got going on here? Does it need to go? No. Okay, I think this goes here. But that doesn't fit there. So if I flip it around, will it fit? Maybe it'll fit on this side, flipped around. Oops. Well, all right. Let's go this way. Okay. Okay, so these looks like they're facing towards the ball joint. Maybe. Okay. So I got two pegs here, but they're not quite lining up with these posts. On either side. Let me see what this other one looks like. Okay, so these are supposed to go this way. Oh, here we go. Okay, let's see if I can get the other side. All right, there we go. All right. Well, that one certainly was a little tricky for me, wasn't it? All right, we got that back done. Let's do the torso. I think we will need, okay, so we're gonna need to put on the shoulders and the back armor. Front and back, chest and back armor. It looks like. So there's the shoulders. This will be its back. Then we need the front. Oh, no, that's the front. Hold on, this is the front. This will be the back. All right, we got that put together. And looks like the neck is going to plug into here. Like that. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to turn around this way. It looks like this piece may fit on like this maybe. Maybe it goes this way. Nope. Okay, it looks like let's see. Do I got this facing correctly? Okay, so we face it like this. Okay. And this face is like this. All right. Then goes on like that. Okay, okay. Same deal, opposite side. All right, there we go. Then we have these large gray pieces. Looks like these are going to face up. And they're going to go doesn't look right. Maybe it's the other side. Okay, it is. All right, that goes on that side. And this goes on this side. And actually snaps on really easy when you do it correctly. All right. So now we need to get we'll go ahead and put some knee joints in here. Looks like. I think. Does it fit in? Oh, okay. Gotta make sure these are pressed in all the way. And these go in kind of upside down on what you think. They'll fit in like this. And then bend them down like that. And let's start putting together the rear legs. So it looks like rear legs are going to use what on the other figure is the upper arm. And then we're going to put the shoulder plate on that. Then we're going to put elbow joints on like this. Then we're going to put what would have been the lower arms like that. And then we got a foot, a large foot. Two sizes of feet. We're going to use the large foot. Pop it on there. Then this leg will pop into this ball joint. Like there. Let's do the other leg. Same deal. Put the shoulder armor on there. And then that. Yep, like that. And I put it to where, let's see, I think these holes should be facing out, but it looks like, We'll see how it goes on. Yeah, I think this is right. We'll see. Oh, I think this needs to be swung around that way. Okay. There we go. Large foot. And then we're going to pop it onto this ball joint. There we go. We got the holes facing inside there, which is my preference. All right, lower legs. Looks like we're just going to put this into this shoulder joint here. Then we got tiny feet. Whoops. Oh, lost a leg. I don't know how well that one's on. Okay. I think this is on the wrong side. Whoops. Well, let's see if we can get this one off the same way. Yep. Okay. I'll switch sides. Put that there. That there. I think that looks better. Yeah, because this kind of the way this is etched, this looks like it could be a muscle that goes towards the back. And then I'll put the little leg on here, or little foot there. And let's see, we're gonna have his tail and his head left, so let's go ahead and put the tail together, 2 halves. And that's going to go into what would have been his waist joint. Right there. And then let's put his head together. We've got some color separation, I think, for his eyes. So got a peg here that's going to go to this rear hole, I think. It's going to take quite a bit of pressure, looks like, to get that in. But there's the color separation on his eyes. There's where his neck will go in. Then we got a hinge joint symbol for his jaw, and that'll give us mouth articulation. Then we're going to pop his head on to the ball joint here, and there we go. Fully assembled slag. I think this one looks really good. Not going to fit. I don't think it's going to really fit on the figure stand, so it looks like we'll have an extra figure stand. Little note, he has nice printing, Autobot symbol right there. I like it. I think if we put that forward, do we do that? Yeah, I have to play with the articulation on this one. All right, put it off to the side, and let's go to our next box. I think I'm going to try to speed this up a little bit. This is box number 4. I think we just got bots left, so let's go through this. Instructions. Joints, hands, probably. Blue hands. Who's going to have blue hands? Put your guesses in the chat in the comments. We don't have an Optimus Prime in this set. Oh, I think I know who it is. Shoulder joints popping those off. Put together the elbows and knees. Just press these together. All right, so my guess is going to be Ultra Magnus. I think that's who we got here. Pretty confident. I want to see how this figure looks. You would think it'd be a bigger figure. I don't know if that's going to be the case. I think we got what we've opened so far, though. I think traditionally they would be larger figures anyway, like Shockwave and Snarl. Snarl being a Dinobot. I think Shockwave was supposed to be a larger than average Decepticon too, if I remember right. Don't quote me on that. Let's see. Last shoulder, knee joint. Whoops, got that one on backwards. Luckily I didn't press it in all the way yet. All right, there we go. All right, let's open up Ultra Magnus here. Oh, I was wrong. Smoke screen. Not Ultra Magnus. I guess Ultra Magnus is lighter blue? Is that where I messed up? Maybe his hands are going to be white? All right. Let's see. Let's get this one together. I like these cars. Let's see. There we go. Torso. I like how these end up. Okay, so put his shoulders on first. Okay, let's find his back. That's his front. His back's white. Okay. Snap his front end. Chest. Put in his neck. Press that in. There we go. All right. Found his faceplate. So his faceplate has the eyes pre-printed or painted. So it's already got that hole in there. So we're going to take these little these little pegs, very small pegs. And there's some grooves in the inner helmet. We're just going to line that up. Put it in like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the ball joint in the neck to really press it together. Hopefully. There we go. Yep. All right. Let's get his upper arms going. These small blue pieces with pegs on the side. That elbow joints need to go in. That's unfortunate. Ba, 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 ba. This is where we get out the parts bag. I know I have some extra elbow joints in here somewhere from Devastator. Hopefully, maybe I do. Just have to find them. All right, found it. Hopefully I'll find that joint and be able to replace it in here. I think it's the same. Oh, it's different. It's not the same. Okay, so... Okay, I'm going to look for that joint real quick. If not, we're going to move on and he's going to have one arm. Oh, found it, I think. See if I can get to it without hurting myself. There we go. Got it, got it, got it. All right. Put these bags of parts aside for a sec. Okay, here we go. Okay, successfully put it on without losing it. This is not working out for me wanting to speed this up. Get those forearms on. Let's put a right-handed fist. Since he's law enforcement, we'll go ahead and put the open palm so he can say stop and all that stuff. Waist goes here. Printed piece goes in the front. Blank piece goes in the back. Okay. Thighs. All right, knees. Let's take care of his lower legs. Pop them onto the knees. Some nice printing on there. Pop there. Put that there. Peg in the ankles. Pop those on. Am I pressing them into my work table? Hopefully. No? Wow. Okay, that one goes in. That one doesn't want to go in. Okay, I'll see if I can. The foot helps. It does not. You know what? I am going to pull it out and see if this extra one goes in better. Wow, it does not. Might have to revisit that later to get that in better. All right, pop the feet on. slide the shoulder armor in from the top on this one. There's slots. We've seen it on the other figures. All right. Back wings. Want the graphics, the numbers to be facing out towards us. Shoulder missiles. Peg in on these ball joints. And we got his blaster to put in his hand. And there's Blue Streak. Flop him on a stand. Looking good, not bad. Put these extra hands off this side, put his card off this side. Let's get to box number 5. Cut away from you, from yourself. Big bag, instructions, little bag. Little bag goes first. Constructicon, which one? I think we got 2 in this set. Don't remember which 2 we have. Fist and open palms. Shoulders. Let's put together the joints. One. So this set will complete all the Galaxy class Constructicons for me. I've already got all the Defender class vehicles to form Devastator, which we've done. You can look at some of my past videos to see Devastator content. But we're still waiting for Blokees to release the Defender robot forms on a few of those Constructicons. Hopefully they'll do it and not ignore them. We'll see, because it may be moving on to Combaticons. All right, there's the joints. Scrapper. All right, this one should be good. Go ahead and put his neck joint in. Put in his shoulders. Let's get his head set up. Looks like the color separation for his visor. Let's find his helmet. Here's the front. Let's see, will this slot in from the front? Yeah. So that's the color separation. We need the back of his helmet head. There it is. That's a nice looking noggin. Let's put that on. All right. Looks like here's the front, his chest. Let's find his back. What's his back look like on this? right there. All right, that plugs in the good there. Arms, green parts with the pegs. Oh, nope. Green. Oh, I feel like I'm missing it somehow. I'll go ahead and put this joint in. Well, my eyes are failing me on finding it right now, so I'm going to go ahead and start the rest of the figure. Okay, this blank piece will go on the back. Also blank for the front. Here's the lower legs. Let's put the knees in. Let's put together the lower legs. Let's see. I'm gonna say this, yeah, this peg will go on the outside. Like that. Put together the other leg. Also has a peg that will go on the outside. All right, ankles. Fit in here. Whoops, that fell out. Let's pop it in. All right, got them both in good. Feet's there. There. We can go ahead and put some wheels on here if we want to. If you can't wait to put wheels on. There's the other arm, upper arm. Found it finally. All right, put the lower arm on. So notice there's no, the last few sets had some weird accessories in them for some of the bots, and there's none of that going on in this set. So I'm assuming that's kind of the end of stuff like little radars and energon cubes and stuff like that. For the Galaxy versions, at least. I like to go ahead and put fists on both sides of the Decepticons. Alright, so those, we got that. Then we got some shoulder armor for them. Let's see. Is this shoulder armor? Let's see how's this going to go on. Go on like this. I don't think that's it. I think it goes on like this. Or I got this totally messed up. Let me see. Okay. All right, goes on like that. And then you can put a wheel on. So just turn this part's down. And then slide it in there. Flop that wheel on there. All right, this Sleeve's gonna go on this way, I think. Oh, no, this faces out. So like this. And just snap that in there. It hinges like this. Then these teeth will go up when you put that on here. There we go. That looks good. And he's got a blaster. Good looking figure. Most of the Constructicons look pretty good. Blokees does a good job on them. All right, there's Scrapper. Let's open up box number 6, the 6th box. Instructions go off to the side. Put up hands and stuff. It's like purple hands. I think, nope. Purple hands are going to be either Tarn or Nemesis Prime, I think. Let's get those shoulders out. And we'll start on the joints. This is matched up. Stand. All right. So yeah, either Tarn or Nemesis Prime. I think probably Tarn. So I think probably Nemesis Prime would have black hands, right? Because if they're purple hands, that would be the Shattered Glass Prime, I believe. All right, get these other joints, get these joints over with. Oh. All right, last one. And let's see, Tarn. I think Tarn. I mean, yeah, that's gotta be Tarn. Whoops. Got extra piece. Oops, got more pieces. It's a lot of pieces. I think I may I dropped something. Well, we'll see, I guess. Felt like I might have dropped something. Hopefully it's just one of these because I got extras. Okay, let's start with, we need the torso. Here we go. Let's get those shoulders on. Okay, shoulders. Get the neck in. Okay, let's see. We'll need pieces for the head. Looks like we got some color separation for the eyes there. Let's see what other headpieces will we have? Okay, I think that's his faceplate. Looks like we have half of a helmet there. Here's the other half. So do we have enough pieces to do this? Okay, so okay, I think there's the color separation, and there's the other half of the helmet. Let's see if this, okay. And then we'll, okay, so there's a peg right here. They'll fit, should fit in this pink, this hole right there. There we go. Okay, so there's Tarn's head. Some pink color separation for the eyes. We'll put that on the neck. There we go. Some point when I get set 3 of the shining, we'll have a light up Tarn. We'll go ahead and put the waist in. I may just, okay, here's his forearms, so we're gonna put them in since I found them. There's so many pieces here, I think I'm just gonna put in stuff as I find it. Okay, this has print on it. And here's the back. Let's put the elbows in. And his is forearms. This is the other one. Put that in there. Okay, probably fist again for him. All right, I found his legs, so let's do that. Put some knees in there. Whoops. There we go. This other knee. All right, get that. All right, that's what it looks like so far. Let's start leg day. Put his lower leg together. Let's see. Okay, it looks like this pink line goes on the inside like this, according to instructions. Yeah, these arms come off really easy as you're building it. Whoops. Probably because I don't have the chest pieces on. All right. Let's get this pressed in here. All right, there we go. Let's put the ankles on. Go. Whoops, that one fell out. Wow, that did not go in at all. Is it gonna get it? Okay, there we go. Feet. right, let's get those arms situated again. All right. So here's the back, looks like. Well, no. I mean, it's part of the back. Okay, so I think okay, so this I think is the start of the back. I think I need to move this shoulder a little bit. Okay, so it kind of fits. That's weird. Okay. I don't like how that's fitting. Okay, so here's his front. And look, I think it looks like this pink piece is going to peg in. All right. Okay, so the pink piece pegged in for some color separation. Is that... Okay, so this... Okay, so there's a couple pegs here and here, and a couple holes here and here. Okay, that fits good. So, okay, so this is obviously... Okay, so this would be the front part. And here is, I think, the back, part of the back. Should peg in. But it doesn't quite want to fit. Is it because of the shoulders? Okay, it feels like, okay, this should be lower. But no, I don't think so. It's almost like the shoulders are in the way. Do these need to be upside down? I want to turn the shoulders upside down, and see if that fits better. And I don't think it really does. So I'm going to put them back. Oh. It's going pretty good. We're just trying to figure out how his chest and back are fitting on Tarn. Don't seem to want to fit really snug for some reason. almost just want to rip out his arms. Okay. So here's his front, here's his back. Now this will plug into the back as well. So if I just... Okay, so that's his full back. That's his full front. Okay, what are these? I think these are shoulder pieces. Looks like his shoulder pieces may have two sides. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, that's his weapon. Okay. Okay, so there's two holes. And it looks like you really have to get those shoulders aligned. Maybe super... Which makes me wonder if the shoulders do need to go upside down. Or no, those are those holes for... No, not for that. Okay, I'm going to put those shoulders upside down again and see what happens. No, that doesn't help, because they end up pretty much in the same spot, those pegs. Yeah. It's almost... Oh, hold on now. Oh, okay. So all the figures have these shoulder joints on, right? Not Tarn. Take it off. I get it now. Okay. All right. So got his arms off. I'll put his front on. Put his back on. Okay, fits snug now. Arms go here on this figure, because he's weird. All right, they're very loose too. I don't like that. All right, let's get his shoulder armor on. Unless his shoulder armor is where it plugs in. Oh, that's it too. Okay, even weirder. Okay, so I think... Okay, so these nubs will slide in here on his shoulder armor. And then here's the other side, which will peg in like this. I mean, it looks really cool. And then this hole will fit in this ball joint, upper ball joint. Oh, that is cool. Okay, so now it's snug. Now it's good. All right. Same with the other side. There we go. All right. Big bulky guy. Look at that. All right. Now let's put his gun together. Let's see. Oh, it's not just a gun. It's like it's a part of his backpack. Okay, so let's see. Make sure I know which side's up on this. I think it's like this. Okay. Let's put this there, and we'll plug it in here. Okay, so he's got a jetpack. Cool. Okay, I like him a lot now that we got him. Now we know no shoulders on Tarn. Oh, here's his card. Never showed his card. Okay. Definitely, probably the most interesting build in this set. All right. Box number 7. We still need a Constructicon, Magnus, and something else. All right, let's get our little bag taken care of. Okay, this white hands, so I'm going to say Magnus. Will he be as interesting as Tarn? He's another big figure. So I wonder if there, or will we have a similar build as Tarn because of his size? I mean, look at here. Look how much taller. Tarn is a little bit taller than the others. He's kind of like almost a head taller. All right, let's get these. Tarn is a beast. Probably should be too. In fact, oh, it'd be great. I would set, I think, which set? I think we're gonna have Autobot. Are we gonna have Autobot Megatron? Is that the IDW Autobot Megatron, or is that Shattered Glass Megatron in set 6? I'm hoping it's IDW Autobot Megatron. He would be definitely an enemy of Tarn and the Decepticon Justice Division. Yeah, Decepticon Justice Division is what it was called. I think Tarn was the leader, if I remember right. All right, there we go. Yep, Ultra Magnus. May have dropped a piece again. Nope, here, I found it. All right. Ultra Magnus. Let's find his torso. Here we go. Quick find on that. Put in the neck piece. Do I make the mistake of... I'm going to go ahead and put the shoulder pieces in. Just take note that if he's like Tarn and we have to take him out, that's what we'll do. Oh, look at that. He comes with Energon. That's cool. I like Energon. Why does he just... They should have a Matrix with him though, right? All right, there's that. There we go. Let's get elbows in. Let's do better. All right, got that going on. The lower arms. Waist. Put the blank in the back. Pate in the front. Okay, let's find, okay, there's one. Okay, we got some white thighs. Put in the knees. Lower legs. Okay. Let's see, I think this will go on the outside, this part. Pop those into the knees. Then we got some plates. They're going to go on the outside of here. Looks pretty cool. Like that. Okay, now we need feet, probably. Oops, ankles first, then feet. It feels like when these ankle pegs don't stay in or slip out, it's always on the right side. Okay, put the feet on. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's do the head, I think. There's the back of the helmet, here's the front. And looks like here's a face plate. And then we got some color separation. Let's see if we can, whoops. Okay, color separation fits in really good. It's a good looking face. This will tab into the back of the helmet. And then we'll put the front over. And we'll peg in. And you got some nice color separation with the antennas on his head. That looks really good. That's cool. All right, you know what? Look at that. Let's not make the same frustrating mistake. Let's just go ahead and take these off. Let's see. I think this is going to be the front. Looks like that's probably the back. Then we got this. I think. Oh, no. Okay, take this off. Whoops. It went on pretty good. Okay. Okay, so this goes in here first. I think. Seems like it. Maybe I put it upside down. Yeah, I was putting it in upside down. Okay, so that provides some printing for the chest. There we go. Looks pretty cool. All right. Now let's go ahead and take these shoulder joints off and put the arms on here, similar to Tarn. Then we can let's find, let's see, there's the shoulder armor. Slide in, slide down. There's the other side. Both sides of the shoulder have some printing on. One's the Autobot symbol, one's this little kind of vent, maybe, kind of symbol. And now we got, looks like this just kind of slides in on top right here. Might be easier if I take the arm off. Well, let me see what the other side slides in better. There we go. Okay. Let's see how good this one slides in. Here, just take the arm off. There we go. Oh, whoops. Okay, so let me see if I can get this off. Because it looks like those missiles probably should have went in first. Okay, let's, I hate to do this. Whoops. Yeah, I shouldn't do that. Let's see if I can loosen it up a little, enough to wedge this in, maybe. Well, that was an error. Okay, so anyone who's just joined us, I put on this white piece a little too soon. These missiles should have went on first into this space. And I am probably going to have to finish that part off stream. So, warning to anybody putting this together. Unless I can use a leather punch maybe to pry that off. Well, not that way. Well, I may be able to get it. Yeah, I'm gonna do this later. We'll put the missiles on later. We'll do the fist on this hand or arm. We'll put the open arm or open hand on over here. And we have a kind of incomplete Magnus, unfortunately, because these need to be here. I'll work that out later. Put them on a stand. He looks good. See his biggest Tarn? Yeah. 2 biggest figures so far. Alright. Put those by here so I don't lose them. Put that off to the side. Let's put this leather punch away. Or off to the side. Alright. Box number 8. Second to last box. We're missing a Constructicon and something else. So will we get the Constructicon or will we get the something else? Let's see. It's gonna be easy to tell. Okay, this is the something else. Oh, I know who this is. Okay. This will be Nemesis Prime. Big clue is this is pure black, whereas a lot of them you tend to be kind of that dark gray, and the Constructicon has green hands, so this will be Nemesis, which is cool. We need another reuse of the Optimus Prime mold, but can never have too many. All right, put these joints together. Get this going. Come on. There we go. I really hope they do something else with the joints in Series 8. My biggest gripe is putting these joints together. Sometimes they just, especially if you've been putting a whole bunch of figures together and roll in a row, they get kind of a little bit more, feels like this kind of gets a little bit more difficult to get these together. All right, let's see. I'm going to crush this in a little bit. Whoops. There we go. That did it. I was just starting to wonder if this is just a questionable sprue. Let's see. There we go. All right, let's get the box open. The bag open. All right, let's get that neck on. Get the shoulders in. Yeah, you can kind of might be able to see kind of the plastic difference between. Usually the hands are about the same color as the shoulders. Oh, it's got some nice pieces in here. Like his sword. Wish that was clear and pink, like the Japanese version was. At least the Japanese version I have of this is. Where's his face? Oh, here it is. Okay, so his eyes are pre-printed. He's just gonna slide into the helmet, just like all the other Prime models. Kind of hope they redo this in 8 to where he has color separation in his eyes. Alright, got that, get his elbows in. Got that, his lower arms. There's his chest, and here's his back. That, put that on top. Some nice printing on his chest. Though I do think I like it better, the shadow, or I mean, sorry, the Shattered Glass Prime. I think his was a little better. Oh, here, let's put these on. Put this blank one on the back. And we got a printed one for the front. Lower legs, or upper legs, thighs, whatever you want to call them. Knees. And let's get those lower legs ready. Just press them together like this. Some nice print on those though. Look at that. Oops, I think this goes on the other side. I'm putting this facing outside the body. And ankle joints. Make sure they snap in good. All right. Put the feet in. Let's put some fist on. Got shoulder armor with the Decepticon symbol. It's going to slide in from the top until it snaps. All right, and let's see. Okay, this piece goes in the back. Right there, fills in those two holes And then looks like, what are these guns gonna do? Oh, well, I kind of messed that up a little bit maybe. All right, so the holes for this figure, you will want these holes probably in facing out. Here, I gotta get this. So, whoops. I have this facing out. I have to change fist. Oops. Slide that armor back on. Okay. So have these facing out, put the fist back in the correct sides. Then these guns have pegs right here. They're going to slide there. They're going to be in that hole. And then he has these huge arm guns. And then we'll put his sword in. And there's our Nemesis Prime. He's ready to rock and roll. Put him on the stand. There we go. All right, spin him off to the side. Put the fist in the hand pile. Oh, I never showed his card. There's that. Last box. And it's our last Constructicon. Spoiler. Do not eat. All right, let's get these joints put together. Get this figure together. We can look at everything we have. Shoulders. Let's get our elbows and knees together. Got that. That. Remember, these are the two that go together. One has a peg, the other has a hole. All right. And there is Hook, last figure of the night. Let's get him together. Got his torso. Pop the neck in. Let's put the shoulders in. All right. those upper arms. Remember this thin piece with the pegs on the side, which is where our shoulder armor will plug in. Let's see, where's the other one? Oh, here it is. Okay, elbows. Both sides. Let's put these forearms on. Plug them into the elbows. All right, let's go ahead, make sure these shoulders are lined up good enough. There's this chest armor. Slide that in the front. Looks like that's going to be his back piece. Snaps together. Waist. There we go. No print. Let's put it in the back. No print. Well, wouldn't have mattered. Let's put it in the front. Gray thighs. And knee joints. Let's put together those lower legs. Remember, this hooks onto this like this. And this is this does the same thing, and that's what it looks like from the side. Whoops. Like that. All right. Two legs are different for this figure. Let's make sure and confirm which side. Okay, so this with the black print goes on the right side. This with the cab goes on the other side. There we go. Constructicons. We'll get fist. Put in the ankles. Get those popped in. And put the feet in. This is the toe. Let's do the shoulder armor. It's going to slide in from the side, it looks like. You gotta line up this peg with some slots in here. There we go. Wheel armor. All right, looks like this has got a ball joint. We'll put it in here on the back. And hook has a hook, which we can slide in this way. Articulation, articulation. Let's get that head together. All right, so we got a visor, which will plug into the back of the head like this. Then I think we got a long peg here, which will slide into the nose of the visor like this. Then we have the front plate. Just press it to the back. Buzz head. Pop that on. Give him his blaster. And there we got Hook. I like how they've been doing they've done the Constructicons and Galaxy. So this is the last Constructicon I needed for a set. There he is. Looking good. All right, so let's zoom out. Got Hook. We've got Scrapper. We've got Nemesis Prime. We've got Ultra Magnus. We got Smokescreen. We got the regular Shockwave. We've got oh no. Crap, I already forgot his name. This is horrible. Decepticon face. That's his name. Really? We got Snarl. Hold on. I can do better than the Decepticon face. I got his card here. Hold on. Tarn. I didn't even look at it. I remembered it right before I saw the name. All right, Tarn. And we got Snarl's alt mode, which I really like these Dinobot alt modes. They're cool. I hope they do this. I'd like to see them do it for the Insecticons, but we'll see. All right, so that's what we have for tonight. I really appreciate anybody who stuck by and watched. Please like, comment, subscribe. I went all night without even saying that. This is the first time I've said that tonight. So I guess it was really important that you do that. The stuff, the likes and the comments and the subscribes. But that will do it for this evening. Like I said, I appreciate it. And as always, have fun.